To set the overall contrast of an image, you want to use a curves adjustment layer. And to do that, again, you're going to go down into your layers palette, pick a new adjustment layer for curves, and you have the curves property box shows up here. And you see you get this curve set up with black is down here, white is over here. And right now there's no adjustment, so the input and output values are equal. And that's why you get this nice straight line. Now notice that when I take a curve, if I go on my curve and I click it, I can leave a point on there and I can drag it up, it's going to make it lighter. And if I drag it down, it's going to make it darker. Okay? So I'm taking the darks and making them darker than what they used to be. And here I'm making the whites whiter, the lights lighter than they used to be. So this is an increase of contrast, and here is a decrease in contrast, like so. Making something like this. Now you want to be careful when using curves, is that you don't want to have some real exaggerated kinds of curves like this, because what's happening is we're getting an effect called posterization, which you can see that the values are just getting all crazy. Okay? And that's because these curves are so, this is flat for a while and then it goes up. You want to have a nice gentle curve on there, and you just want to just barely make some changes. Now, it might seem it might be a little hard to do this, dragging, clicking like this, and it is. So what you can do is use your arrow keys that you find on your keyboard, and you can just go up and down like so, left and right, so you can just make some really subtle changes in there by using those keys, arrow keys like that. If you need to take a point off the curve, you just click and drag it off like so. Like so, like so. And we'll get into this a little bit later, but if you want to lock down an area, you can just add some points to it, like so. And then will basically just affect the dark areas like that. Or if I do the opposite, okay, and start adding some points over here, okay, this is going to lock down the lower end. You can see I'm just affecting the highlights, okay. Again, you can just click and drag to take all these points off, like so, and like so, and like so. Hey, you can also get a little bit more refined grid by pulling down the Option key and clicking on the grid, and you get more squares there, like so, if you want to have a little more precision on that. Okay. So again, to increase the contrast or decrease the contrast, again, you're going to move the curve up a little bit to lighten and down a little bit to darken, like so. Okay, so here I can increase the contrast by making the darks a little bit darker and the lights a little bit lighter, or decrease the contrast by making the darks a little bit lighter and the lights just a little bit darker. That'll decrease the contrast like that. And again, you want to label this contrast.